Hi, this is Hard Knock Healing. I'm Christina, your host, and I'm here with Jordan with Randy Seamoss. Thank you for joining me.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really want to talk about being powered by nature. And you came to my mind because I always go to farmer's market to get your Seamoss.
This is true.
Yeah. Let's just get into it. First off, I do want to ask how you came up with the name Randy Seamoss, because for almost a year, I thought your name was Randy.
That happens a lot. I didn't even come up with the name. It was something I just accepted. So,
Okay.
Back in 2015, when I first started getting into Seamoss, I had a few roommates. We were real close, and I would always be making Seamoss in the kitchen. Since it was new to me and new to everybody, they were confused by it, and used to joke around because it looks like slime, looks like glue or something. And I guess, just to break tension, they would crack jokes, and they started calling me Randy Seamoss, which is a play on words because there's a football player named Randy Moss.
Oh.
And kind of just stuck.
Okay. Nice. And I think you told me one time that someone's name was Randy, isn't it?
No one that I know's name is Randy besides
Oh,
Randy Moss.
okay.
Randy Moss, super famous football player, one of my favorite football players. And then Randy Moss, Randy Seamoss, kind of just a little play on words.
Then I made something up in my head because I swore you had told me it was like a mentor of yours or something.
No.
Okay, that's a cool story. Okay, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
And this here is his Seamoss right here. I buy one every time I go to farmer's market. And these are his amazing juices right here.
Fresh pressed juices.
Yeah, you want to tell us the flavors?
I have a few different flavors, but I brought up just a couple with me. I guess I'll go from my right to left. This is pineapple ginger snap, bright yellow, all natural. All the colors are natural. It's yellow like that from turmeric, pineapple. It's got ginger, lemon, Fuji apple. It's really good for digestion, decreasing inflammation. Most yellows are going to be good for your immune system, that benefits your immune system. Moving down, we got the papple, which is purple cabbage, green apple, Fuji apple, more lemon and ginger. It's really good for your gut, digestion. Purple cabbage has a lot of fiber naturally, which is going to be good for metabolism and digestion. And then you got the orange you happy, which is another little play on words. Like orange you bad, I didn't say apple. Orange, pineapple, carrot, Fuji apple, turmeric, and golden beets. That's really good for vitamin C, boost your immune system as well. And the sweet greens, detox, chlorophyll. It's good for cleansing your blood. There's parsley, spinach, cucumber, celery, ginger, green apple, and pineapple. That one's really good. I know a lot of people may be hesitant when they see green juices because of the taste, but this is delicious. Sweet greens is appropriately named. It's definitely got a sweet taste.
Yeah, and my daughter doesn't. When I juice here at home, she does not. Unless it looks like watermelon color, she does not have it. But here with his, she'll drink any of them.
I sneak a little Seamoss in them too, so you're getting all those trace minerals and benefits that Seamoss has to offer in the juices. So I think that's really cool.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay, I do have a couple questions for you. How did you first discover Seamoss, and what made you believe in its benefits?
I gotta give credit to my dad for that one. My dad's big into holistic health as well, and one day he introduced me to Seamoss. He made me a drink, like a chai with the Seamoss in there, and without me even knowing what Seamoss really does, that's my dad, so kind of just blindly trust him. Drank it, and on my way to work, I felt the energy. I felt the mental clarity. I felt locked in like I never felt before. I know that might sound like an exaggeration, but that's how my Seamoss journey started. Like the Seamoss made me feel some type of way, feel different. I went right back to my dad and was like, I need that drink again. And then made it religiously. I felt different. I was like, how come I never heard of Seamoss before? When I say I felt different, I almost felt special. Being like, I know about this secret that nobody knows about that makes me feel incredible. And just became attached to it, started taking it all the time, and then started doing my research. And I saw that celebrities were taking it, celebrity athletes. And that's when things started clicking. I was like, oh, this is a superfood. This is something that, elite people consume to stay on their A game. And so, I mean, who doesn't want to be elite? I continued to take Seamoss for years until one day it made sense to start a business with it. And that was around COVID.
Okay.
Time.
Okay. I know that when I take it, I just take it by the spoonful. I don't put it in anything. Yeah, I just take it by the spoonful, and I feel a difference for sure. It's more energized, and of course it goes along with like other things that I'm doing, working out, and I do a cold plunge. So
sick, you can take Seamoss, helps expel more mucus.
Okay.
Can help you like heal a lot quicker.
Okay, that's good to know too. Now, what does health mean to you personally?
I think there's different categories of health. There's physical health, of course, mental health, like mental, emotional, and then I might even say spiritual, which I think Seamoss helps with all those categories. First, physically, of course, by nourishing the body, helping you think more clearly, which once I think your brain is firing how it's supposed to, your gut's firing how it's supposed to, and you're not dealing with symptoms associated with like bad physical health, you start to feel better. You start to feel more energized, less irritable. You're getting your iron. Lack of iron can cause irritability, attitude. So that's going to affect your emotional health. Yeah. So once you start taking care of your physical health and you're getting that nutrients, it kind of just automatically starts to correct emotional health. And once I feel like your emotions are good, and then you have the ability to be more empathetic and care, that's when you can start transitioning into like higher levels of spiritual health. You start to care, you're more empathetic, you start going within, you want to share that positive energy with other people, which I feel like is all a part of that like spiritual realm. So.
Yeah, that's a word, and it's real. It's real because real. Every time my son told me the other day, he goes, hey, you need to I was kind of off for a couple months, and he's like, hey, you need to get a line, like you're not being consistent. Yeah. But then it was the inconsistencies led with mood, having more of a attitude, like just being moody. And I was like, someone told me the other day, literally just the other day, hey, like the gut's your second brain.
It is.
And I was like, that's so real. So real.
Hangry is a word for a reason.
Yeah.
That's just one example. When you're hungry and stuff like that, you're short-tempered. Imagine not providing your body with what it needs day after day after day. And you just, you're building a way of life that's, it's not optimal. Yeah. Moody all the time. Yeah. Irritable all the time. Yeah. And then you just think that's your normal, when really it's
your normal self.
Stacked up bad habits.
Yeah. So like right on top of each other. That's real. Let's see here. Can you tell us a bit about how you source or prepare your Seamoss?
Yes.
Not all your secrets.
I won't tell you all my secrets. But
what
I can tell you is this is authentic, high quality, fresh Seamoss, straight from Jamaica. It is not pool grown. You got to be careful out there when you get your Seamoss from other people, because you really want to make sure it's authentic. If it isn't, say for example it's pool grown, that's when they just cultivate the algae inside of like small tide pools on ropes. It doesn't have any type of affiliation with nature outside of being in the ocean. Real authentic Seamoss grows on the actual rocks in the ocean, and that's what this stuff is. It's grown on the rocks, it's harvested by hand, it's sustainably sourced. I have a strong connection with my Seamoss plug, my Seamoss distributor out in Jamaica, who has a team of people who go diving for it, collect it by hand, sun dry it, and then send it to me. I use fresh organic ingredients like fresh pressed juices to give it really good flavor. I use spring water instead of like municipal, like tap water, to avoid more contaminants, more toxins. Try to avoid as many of those as possible. I use the freshest ingredients, and it speaks for itself when you try the product. It tastes good. It feels good. You're getting quality when you shop Randy Seamoss.
Hey. That's real. And I'm going to say on here, he might go and harvest some Seamoss in Jamaica, and I said I have to be there. I might do a video on that if that ever comes up.
That's definitely a goal. There definitely will be footage of me diving in the water to do that, because I'm not really a diver, so that's going to be a whole crazy experience. But yeah, that's a goal.
I'll twist his arm. I'm going.
We gotta make that happen.
Yes, for real. Okay, what's been the most rewarding part of helping people through your product?
Man, as cliche as this might sound, it's just having people come back to me and tell me the Seamoss is making a difference in their life. The juice is making a difference. Or they see what I'm doing and they try to, copy or emulate that, pull parts that work for them from my routine and put it in their routine. And they're like, yo, this works. Consistency. Like, when I see you doing it, it's a reminder. But when I see at the farmer's market, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a fresh juice today instead of a soda. And they feel the difference. And I could tell. I could tell by looking in their eyes. I could tell by the energy that they're talking to me with. And like, you do feel a difference. Just like how I felt the difference when I first tried Seamoss. And it starts a chain effect of just developing healthier habits. So I feel like I'm helping my community. And they're going and telling their friends. I'm trying to be an international inspiration where I'm inspiring everybody to, day by day, be healthier, because it makes a difference.
Yeah,
it makes a big
creating
difference.
a healthier world.
Your relationships with people, they're healthier when you're taking care of yourself. So
I've seen so many times just standing there when I come up and I'm chit-chatting that so many people that when I've just been standing there walk up and they're like, I need my Seamoss.
Oh yeah,
I can't go. We took out my Seamoss. I'm like, okay,
I love it.
Okay.
People will tell me, they're like, my knee pain is going away. Things like that, where I recovered from surgery 2 weeks faster, and those types of stories, that type of positive feedback, are like, this helped me quit smoking. Now I look to Seamoss instead of cigarettes, and I'm like, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for sharing that with me.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
That's what helps me.
I like to hear that.
Most definitely.
And what challenges have you faced running a health-focused business?
The biggest challenge I face right now is like, getting started, doing most of the work by myself, trying to expand, having sleepless nights, cranking out hundreds of juices and gels, just looking for the right type of help so that I can really get this message and these products out to more people. Building my own capital, reinvesting, taking risks, being like, although I'm pretty certain if I keep putting positive energy into this, it's going to work out. But it's like, there's definitely a lot of risk involved. It's like, spending thousands of dollars on equipment and, products and things like that. Just banking on like products to make products, juicers and all these things. Just like, is this going to be worth the investment? So I'd probably say that's one of the hardest parts.
The energy into it, like the positive energy into it that you just shared, is such a real thing too, because your positive energy and your positive mind frame in regards to this and your beliefs in it draws people in, and that's a real thing too. When you have good intentions towards something, it's gonna flourish. And I have seen it flourish from when I first met you.
Definitely.
It's been a beautiful journey to watch, for sure.
Thank you. And I still feel like we have, bigger goals to accomplish. For sure. Well, it's on the way.
For sure. And do you see your business as just selling a product or spreading a lifestyle message? Kind of just answered that one already, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle message.
Yes.
It's not a diet. It's something that, I'm trying to inspire healthy lifestyle changes so that you don't even really have to think twice about, the way you're going to move forward. It's going to be in a healthy direction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How can someone incorporate Seamoss into their daily routine?
It's super easy.
A couple different examples.
The easiest way is to keep a jar in your fridge, and when you wake up, walk to the fridge with a spoon and take a spoonful.
I do that.
It literally takes 10 seconds. So when people tell me like, oh, I forget about it or something like that, I just shake my head, because I'm like, it is so easy to take a spoonful of Seamoss. You literally have to try not to take a spoonful of Seamoss if it's just sitting right there in your fridge. Just put it in your fridge, have it stare at you. When you wake up, take a spoonful. That is it. You can get creative and make things like smoothies, acai bowls. You can dissolve it into hot tea. You can make cheesecakes, baked goods. It's very versatile. You're not going to destroy the nutrients by like heating it or anything like that. So you can get pretty creative. I've seen some.
I didn't know about
things
the tea.
with Seamoss, gummies. You know, I make herbal capsules as well. But you can make Jello. There's so many different things you can do with Seamoss. Fun things. If you have kids and you want them to take it. Although most people tell me their kids just like to take a spoonful of it, so I would stick with the spoonful.
Okay. It's good to know. But the tea, I like that. I drink tea and like dandelion root tea.
Okay.
All that.
Okay. That's a serious level of tea drinking right there.
Yeah.
You start drinking dandelion.
For sure.
That doesn't taste the best, but it has great benefits.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any misconceptions about Seamoss or natural health that you'd like to clear up?
Sometimes people are like, oh, it doesn't taste good. Randy Seamoss tastes good. I can assure you of that. It's quality, so it's not pool grown. You don't have to worry about that. It's tested for heavy metals. It's phytosanitary inspected, so it's clean. It's good. You know, the one thing I've come across for people who probably shouldn't take Seamoss, out of all these years of me taking it too, was people with like hyperthyroidism. If you're not familiar with what that is, just like a very active thyroid. It's when you already have high levels of iodine, because Seamoss is naturally high in iodine. So you don't want to add to that if you already have hyperthyroidism. But if you have hypothyroidism, that is a lack of iodine. Seamoss is going to be wonderful for you. People who are allergic to like shellfish have tried Seamoss with no issue. So you can have Seamoss as well. You know, if you want to speak to your doctor, by all means, go ahead. But there's very, very few things that Seamoss interferes with. It's pretty safe to consume on any type of like diet plan or anything like that.
Okay.
Any level of health you're already at when you start taking Seamoss, you can go ahead and take it, and then just gradually start to improve your regimen, you know, over time.
Okay.
So.
I did hear, and I have a question, because someone told me, I was like, oh, I gotta go to the farmer's market and get my Seamoss, and he was like, that shouldn't be taken every day. And I was like, what? He's like, I'll send you some information, and still hasn't sent it to me. So I was like, let me go to the person and see if that's something that's fact or fiction.
Like with anything, you know, you want to take everything with moderation. I've taken Seamoss. I've eaten whole jars of Seamoss and stuff like that with no issue. It depends on what your health goals are. If you're just looking for mineral supplementation, it's perfectly fine to take a spoonful of Seamoss every single day. That's not going to affect you in any type of negative way. I've had off days. I've had months off of Seamoss and then gotten back on it. And I notice a difference when I get back onto the Seamoss. I'm sharper. I'm recovering faster. I work out often, so there's less lactic acid buildup. I'm not as sore. It's easier for me to wake up. Those are the types of physical things I notice, like better digestion, less inflammation. So
yeah,
you can take Seamoss.
That one's really good to know. Good to know. I definitely noticed with the inflammation. I have I've struggled with a lot of inflammation, and taking Seamoss plus like sitting in the sauna or the steam room, and cold plunging, like that has helped. But definitely, like I've definitely noticed it too, that because I've done the same thing. Like I've been off and then I get back on and I'm like, I can feel it.
You can feel it.
Yeah, and I have this very I have this skin condition. The doctor said I just developed sensitive skin, and I don't believe them. They did so many tests, but like if I scratch myself, my son made a joke. We were like bickering back and forth like we always do. He's like, I'm gonna scratch your forehead so you can't do this video. Because it stays like, I get scratched and it like bumps up.
Oh, wow.
And it stays for like 5 minutes, and then it will go away. But it's so annoying. Even putting a hoodie on, it like will leave marks, like tiger marks. I'm like, oh my God.
That's interesting. I personally have never heard of that before.
Really?
No.
Oh my, and I did all the tests, like not probably all of them, but
that's like
as many.
hypersensitive skin.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So definitely I see when I'm taking Seamoss, it's less. So it's not like my skin won't raise up. It will still just be red, but it won't raise up. So it's like I've noticed that stuff when I'm paying attention to all
it.
it.
Skin is your body's largest
organ,
and it absorbs everything you put on it, from lotion to perfume to sunblock to shower water. That was one thing I learned not too long ago, maybe like a year or two ago. You wouldn't drink tap water, so why would you shower in it? Because you actually absorb like 10 times the amount of water when you're in the shower than you do when you're drinking it.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes straight through your skin. So I would highly suggest anybody who doesn't have a shower filter to get one.
I have one, yeah.
Because, you know, I've even noticed something like that. I've never had dandruff in my life. And I was showering without a shower filter and started noticing that. And then I got a shower filter.
And it went away.
Like about a week later, it was gone. So
yeah, I definitely, when we moved in here, I was like, nope, switching these out.
Oh yeah,
for sure. For sure. Can you share with our audience what other habits keep you healthy day to day besides Seamoss?
Yes, hydration. I'll start with that one. Being hydrated helps to move nutrients throughout the body. So if you're taking Seamoss, maybe think about, you know, drinking a glass of water as well. I love coconut water. So
oh, yes.
I drink coconut water almost every single day. It has a lot of naturally occurring electrolytes. It's really good for you. I drink fresh pressed juice, which is an excellent source of hydration as well. It's got living structured water in there. Fruits naturally have, you know, water molecules in that are going to hydrate you. So stay hydrated. Try to eat more whole foods, single ingredient meals. And by that, I mean, like, you know, just have sweet potato, avocado, you know, if you're eating meat, chicken or red meat. I prefer red meat. I just think it's more nutrient dense, but I still eat eggs and chicken and a lot of salmon and things like that. So try to eat more whole foods and decrease processed foods. And then just have a routine and be consistent. So I know some people will say like, oh, go to bed at 10, wake up at 6. If you're one of those types of people that goes to bed at 12 and wake up at 8, or 1 and wake up at 9, just be consistent with it, because your body's going to adapt. It's going to be like, okay, it's time to go to bed. And then we know we're waking up at this time. And that helps to optimize hormone production. So for my men out there who are trying to optimize testosterone production, be consistent with your sleep. You know, don't stay up until 3 a.m. one night and, you know, go to bed at 8 p.m. the other night. You know, be as consistent as possible. Get a little bit of sunlight if you can. That also helps to optimize hormone levels. And yeah, man, be careful what you think. Be careful what you intake, because it makes a difference. You know, constantly scrolling, intaking things that probably aren't best for you if you have goals to accomplish. Just be aware of that type of stuff. You know, and
speak too. Be careful what you speak.
Be careful
Words are
with all of that. It's
powerful.
so powerful.
Powerful.
You could be subconsciously manifesting something and not even know it. So it's just best to be aware to the best of your ability, and even just doing those little things that I just mentioned will make a big difference in your life.
For sure.
So
for sure. I even like told myself, when you're like, oh, I'm tired and I'm sick.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay. When I'm sick, I'm like, I'm healing.
I never say I'm sick. I never.
You don't?
No.
Oh my gosh. I've been having to check myself lately, because I'm like, I'm so bad with. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my God, I feel so sick. And I'm like,
I said that earlier, the tired thing, but yeah, do your best.
Yeah,
do your
for
best.
sure.
Just try to be aware. You know, don't be super hard on yourself if you accidentally slip up and say, I'm tired. Just be aware. You know, laugh it off if you happen to do that. Smile at yourself. Be your number one biggest advocate. Always
Absolutely.
Hype yourself up. When you look at yourself in the mirror, positive affirmation. You know, uplift yourself.
yeah.
Because, you know, you're probably going to be the only one who really does that in your life, to keep it real with you. Most people
for
are
sure.
not going to consistently uplift you, so you have to be the one to do that. Just maintain that strong, positive mindset, and it will take you far.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
What role does mindset... We just talked about that. You're answering all my questions before I asked them. What are you doing?
I'm a psychic.
What role does mindset play in your health journey? You already kind of shared. Do you want to add anything to it?
Probably one of the biggest things, you know. One thing I tried to start doing recently, I'll just throw it in there, is just being conscious, just being aware. So like when I eat my dinner, For example, I used to watch TV while I'm eating. And recently I tried just focusing on what I'm eating. Just being like, hey, this is my 15 minutes of just me and my nutrition. I'm not watching television. I'm not scrolling. I'm just focused on my food. And I'm just literally taking every bite like, this is nourishing my body. This is nourishing my body. And it's just 15 minutes.
Real.
You can get right back to your show right after that.
Yeah.
But even when I'm drinking something, I'm like, oh, this is hydrating my body. So that's just one thing that I like to do that I personally feel like makes a difference. Or like when I take a spoonful of Seamoss, I'm putting 92 minerals into my body. And I get excited and I get hyped. And
okay.
I don't know. Personally, I feel like it makes a difference. I would suggest trying it and see if it works for you. So,
for sure. I think we need to bring back to when you said like turning the TV off when you're eating is family dinners, family meals if you're like with people, you know?
Yeah.
And I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, let's sit down and eat at the table. And they're just like, oh my God. It's not a thing anymore.
It's a loss.
And they're just like, oh my God. But filtering that back in is so important. So whatever, even if it's by yourself.
Even if it's by yourself.
Turn off, just like you said, turn off the TV. Focus on what you're eating and what you're putting into your body, for
this
sure.
was really recent for me too that I started doing that, and I was like, it's not bad, it feels good.
You notice a change?
A little bit, yeah. I just
Mindset.
feel more connected with what I'm doing. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not blindlessly eating while I'm watching something.
Yeah, have like a million things on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance business, health, and your personal life?
It's tough. It's very tough, but you take it step by step and you slowly eliminate things that don't serve you, so that you can focus on all the things that are going to serve you and like give you that life that you imagine and think of. And the more I think of that lifestyle that I like to embrace, the easier it becomes to be like, that's okay, that doesn't serve me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying not to have fun, like set goals. I set goals for myself, and that allows me to focus on my task. That allows me to be like, okay, knock out my business endeavors, hit the fitness, get my sleep, communicate with that person. It's just my purpose. Like just find your purpose, find your drive, set goals, and then slowly just start attacking them. And then it's gonna be worth it. You have to know that it is. So
yeah, for sure. I've noticed. I've been doing that lately in regards to. I noticed that my energy was going just to too many things that weren't serving me, and I love to travel. So even in that, I was like, okay, I need to calm down, and I need to have that just come down a little bit, and then my videos just come up a little bit more.
Yeah,
because this is what I want to do. I have to put the work in. And if I'm just working and then focusing on traveling and then my household, like I'm not going to get anywhere with this. So I have to put that energy into that too. And you just find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance for sure. Let's see. When you're feeling low or unmotivated, what helps you get back on track?
That's tough because it happens. It happens a lot sometimes. You don't have the motivation. You got to stay disciplined. So those days, it's not really enjoyable sometimes. It's like, dang. But I just think about, certain goals. I think about end goals. So I think about people that count on me. Like I have my son. And it's like, that's a big source of motivation for me. Whenever I'm feeling low, I'm like, I got my son.
Yeah.
Do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Be that superhero or somebody who he can look up to and like, damn, my dad's the strongest.
Yeah.
My dad's the best. He did this, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
He can lift over 300 pounds off of his chest. So just little things like that, or that thing. That's not even a little thing. That's a very big thing for me that helps motivate me in times of slowness or anything like that. Just it's a spark for me.
For sure. Yeah, kids definitely are a huge motivator for sure.
Siblings, kids, family, friends. Just knowing that's like I'm someone who certain people look up to, and so. How would I feel if, my superhero was dragging his feet or, not doing what he's supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
So.
That's real.
Just trying to think about that.
What advice would you give to somebody who wants to start living healthier but feels a little overwhelmed?
take it step by step. Start small. Don't do something that's gonna overwhelm you even more. It can be something as simple as I'm gonna drink a glass of water today when I wake up. Have a sense of accomplishment, and then just build on that. Today I'm gonna have tea instead of just water. And then I'm eventually gonna start putting Seamoss in there. Just little simple goals that you can accomplish to start building that sense of accomplishment, and then adding a little bit more, level of difficulty or challenge to it. Because it feels good when you do that. You have to struggle a little bit to see progress. It's like, I'll use the gym for example because it's so easy. If you go to the gym and you lift something and it's easy, you're not going to see any type of strength gains or progress. You have to struggle a little bit. You have to sweat a little bit. You got to get your heart rate up a little bit. So gradually add challenging things to your day-to-day, positive challenging things, and then that's how you get stronger. Strong enough to overcome that overwhelming feeling. And then you just continue to do that. You're just consistent. And before you know it, you look back and it's like, damn, I made this much progress.
Yeah.
So
I do. I read this one thing and I thought it was pretty cool. And I tell my daughter all the time because she struggles like going to the gym with me or staying active with me. And I'm like, look, there was this guy I read, and his very first step, he just walked into the gym. He did that, and then he left. And then the next day, and then he grew from there, and he was like, because he felt uncomfortable, bigger guy. He was like, let me just step foot in the gym. And then his next one, he worked out for 5 minutes. And then he was at an hour, and then lost all this weight. And it was just, he consistently started going. And his first step was just to step in there and be like, okay, I made it to the gym.
Yeah, that's a step. That really is. I have a friend who this particular topic reminds me of, and I'll have conversations with him, and I'm like, go sit in the sauna for 5 minutes and drink a cup of water after that, and start there. And so that story that you just shared with me, I actually know somebody who's doing that, and to see his progress, to see where he's at now, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's like sometimes I remind him, it's like, you remember when you started, how difficult it was to even imagine yourself in here, and now you're over here. I see you doing more advanced exercises, curling. You bought a sauna suit now, so now you're going to be in there for, I'm assuming, at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
He's making progress, and it's a lovely thing. Once you start feeling that too, once you start looking in the mirror and noticing a difference, it's like, that's motivation in itself.
Yeah, so for sure. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Let's see, I'll be 35. I see major expansion for Randy Seamoss. Especially all throughout California. I'd like to start expanding throughout the nation. I'm really liking the farmers market scene right now because it allows me to connect with the community. So I'd like to see, I call it like a mini franchise, where I start establishing farmers markets in multiple different counties throughout California. Starting to look in the storefront direction as well. Having multiple storefronts. I'm contemplating between distribution and at least for the products. And then just, more stuff like this. I like to talk to people, provide them a living testimony, a living example. So, stay on my A game, show you what consistency can do in health, in anything. Set a goal. I want to travel more. I'd like to explore the whole world and, bring the Randy Seamoss energy with me and be the healthiest version of myself, or just continuing to become more healthy. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. And just keep on trending upwards. So 5 years from now, we should definitely at least be 10x with what we're at right now if we continue with consistency moving forward. There's no way you will not improve or, do better, move in a positive direction, trend upward if you're consistent.
Yes.
So
absolutely. Did you go to, I know you said you were going to LA. Have you done that farmers market yet or tapped into that?
Not yet. I've peeked. I've taken a look. I'm in Monterey right now, which is a lot smaller than LA, which is why I got so excited to see just the vast amount of people in LA. And I was like, this might do it for me. Moving from 100,000 people to 2 million people, that's 20x. That's like
a lot
more word of mouth.
Yes.
There's a lot more people of power, like influencers down in that area, who I might run into and could really make this thing very well known. This message, these products, these simple solutions to a healthier lifestyle. So
For sure.
that's the goal right there.
For sure. How do you want to inspire others through your story? I know we've talked about that a bit, but just add on
by
it.
continuing to get W's, continuing to be successful, showing people it's possible. I didn't start with a silver spoon, but I'm consistent, and I want to show everybody that anybody can do it if they're consistent. It doesn't matter where you start from, and I want to just be that living testimony, living example.
Are you a mentor to anybody right now?
Just my close friends. I'm not a professional mentor or anything like that, but I can see myself being one. I can see myself finding a platform where I encourage and inspire people to be the best versions of themselves.
I can see it too.
And then do it my actual self. So it's like practice what you preach.
Absolutely.
So nobody can say anything to me because I am practicing what I'm preaching. And like I just mentioned, I want to show people you can get it done too.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for speaking.
It's my pleasure.
Again, Randy Seamoss. You will.
These juices, Seamoss gels, real simple.
Yes.
I'm gonna have one of these right now.
Oh, hell yes. Can I have one?
Yes, you can.
Cheers.
Yeah, well, cheers.
Well, thank you for being here.
Most definitely.
That's good.
That's exactly what I needed after all that talking.
Same. Thank you.